What's up, everybody? What's going on? Welcome, everybody, to TEKNOBLAST Gaming. I got Fireballs and the Realist. How you guys doing today?
Doing great, man.
Fantastic. I feel the
And this,
energy in your voice.
yep. So if you want me to have energy, yo, look, I was rocking out.
You're rocking out, huh? Give it up for GT7, man, making a splash in the racing sim genre. Nobody really likes it, so let's just go back to our other screen.
Well, I don't know. I mean, I don't know about a splash because even if there was water, I'm sure there wouldn't be any collision detection with that
No
either.
collision detection. Oh, already
Wait,
starting out rough, man.
wait. Scratch that. Reopen. That was very highly unsporting of me.
That
I'm
was
sorry.
very unprofessional of you, God.
That was my Johnny sweep the leg moment.
That was,
sounds like bot salt to me.
oh, Smitty Smith is in the chatterbox. What's up, Smitty?
Yeah, what up, Smitty? I can't see the chat.
Oh, you haven't seen? Oh, you can't see it yet. And Emmanuel A1, as always, popping up anytime we try to do a show. Oh, Fireboss is in the chat too. Oh my God, everybody's in the chat. Yay! Woo.
That man is not me. That man is an imposter.
Oh, it's an imposter. Oh man, cool. Yeah, GT7. Nobody's really much talking about. I think people lost interest already because of the state and play games. Man, they were showing so many stuff that it was more of an Xbox show too. Yes or no?
Yeah, it pretty much. I mean, you got our fellow Xboxers, across the pond, even in Japan, and I'm looking at their tweets, and they're over there cheering like, oh yay, great Xbox show.
and they're the ones starting this. They're the ones starting this kind of battle here. It's like, hey, thanks. It's a great Xbox show, and that's in Japan.
Yeah, I'm just thinking to myself like, man, that was kind of a very low blow. You need to go, face the corner or something.
Yeah.
Well, I don't know if y'all know, but like over there in Japan, like they're equally loathed, right? They call them cockroaches, right? So yeah, I like to see more of those guys in this whole war we got going on.
Well, with this whole war thing that goes on between Xbox and PlayStation fans, it's funny to me to see that Americans will say American made, American this, American products, American labor, American, all pro-American everything except for Xbox. they don't care much about Xbox. They want PlayStation, which is a Japanese product. But hey, I guess whatever works, man, for you guys.
Never understood that myself.
I don't know. To me, it just seems like it's a stigma that just kind of originated from the late '80s.
Mm-hmm.
And I know, like, because it's funny because now that this comes up, I do remember one little conversation when I was still in school, and of course, when you and your buddies are hanging around the lunch table and stuff like that, and you're doing your little console warring then and stuff like that. And this is, oh yeah, now I remember, this is like around the time that the Atari Lynx came around, if y'all remember that.
Mm-hmm.
And see, everybody still had it fresh in their mind that thanks to Atari, we had the horrendous video game crash.
Yeah.
And so I guess you could say that was kind of like a stigma where everybody keeps having it in their head that, oh, if anything American made, especially if it comes from Atari, anything Western is going to ruin, this now freshly, reborn gaming industry and stuff. Because remember, 3DO also came out and everybody like shunned that as well. And it's, yeah. So I don't know. Like I said, that's what it always seemed like. And so I guess when Microsoft, which remember everybody, has that hatred of anything, with Microsoft, anything with Bill and Ballmer, being attached to that note, is just instantly, from 0 to 100, on the hate gauge.
Well, I mean, just like that documentary that came out, the Power On or whatever it's called. I mean, they kind of mention it because it has the name of Microsoft at the beginning, and at the time, well, even now, a lot of people don't like Microsoft at all for whatever reasons they got. So, if it was anything, if it was company A Xbox, then it'd probably be a different story. You know what I mean? But
Yeah,
because it's
some people even suggested if they made like a shell company or something. In other words, it's just a name, and just put the Xbox under that. That I guess that probably would have helped. But then you would have had people eventually finding out that, oh wait, these guys are actually Microsoft.
Yes. Yeah, you got your couch detectives out there. We'll figure this out in no time. So
yeah, and usually that doesn't help. That usually can make
talk
things
about
worse.
Talk about couch detectives. I responded to a tweet. You know how these things go. I responded to a tweet earlier this morning, and I called the commenter a couch engineer / developer. He didn't like that one bit. He was stating, these comments like, well, if they would do this on the Xbox, or the Xbox should be doing this, or on the PlayStation. And I'm like, dude, I was like, I don't know how the gaming industry would survive without people like you that are couch engineers and couch developers. And he's like, I'm just stating facts. It's like, no, what you stated was your fact that you want to say. It's not an opinion. And he didn't like that too much.
Yeah, I mean, if he's stating facts, that would mean that he actually is a certified engineer.
Yeah.
But the thing is, it's the passion. That's what it is.
It's the passion.
You got to give it to him.
It's the passion. Yeah. Just like Dr. Feelgood said, the passion. For these consoles.
The passion.
But enough about Xbox. We don't want to talk about Xbox today. I mean, the reason I got my PlayStation shirt on because we want to talk about the state of play games.
Wait a minute. That's why I'm here. That's why I'm here.
Yeah, we want.
You mean tell me I'm on the wrong show? Oh man, I see y'all later.
I bamboozled you and got you on here, even though we talk about mainly Xbox and all the great things that Xbox has. But today,
Eli, you know this.
Yeah,
hey, he has a PlayStation.
Check the avatar, man. I mean, this is a pony show, man.
See,
like this is the type of show that Xbox fans should be demanding from Xbox.
That's
all right. So until Xbox shows you guys the future, I don't want to hear anything from y'all. You know what I mean?
So since today is mainly focused on PlayStation and the state of decay, the state of play show. I just wanted to highlight some of the games that I saw. Kind of just do some talk about it a little bit and what I'm looking forward to since it's coming to Xbox. And I'll point out which ones are coming to Xbox. Hopefully, I didn't miss any. I've got my notes here.
Nothing from Square Enix.
No, nothing. No, nothing from Square Enix. They put a lot of stuff out, man.
Eat it, bots.
So let's go on with the first one. So let me switch over here if I can do this right, because sometimes I can't.
Hey, Tech, isn't it crazy how Microsoft buys these huge publishers and they still have to keep them third party, and Sony doesn't even have to buy these publishers, and Xbox fans don't get to play them.
I know.
It sucks to be a bot these days.
It does suck to be a bot. That's why today I switched over to the blue side. I'm all about PlayStation. Woo, go PlayStation! And my PlayStation. I was playing my PlayStation 4 today. I was playing that Final Fantasy 7 remake, and I'm almost fun. I can't speak today. I'm almost done.
It's just how much fun it was, bro.
I know.
And you don't want it to end, so it couldn't even come out of your mouth.
I'm on the last chapter, man. I'm ready to be done with this game so I can trade it in and hopefully get Horizon with the trade-in.
Why would you trade in greatness?
Well, greatness for other greatness, right?
No, what you should do, you support the devs, because once you resell the game, the devs don't get a cut of that. So you collect it, right? You buy physical. You buy physical to collect, not to resell.
Oh my god, I'm sorry, dude.
But then, but wait, but Eli, if you do that, wouldn't you be kind of hurting the secondhand market that they always like to seem to prop up about sometimes?
No, we don't care about those. Those guys are hypocrites. Those guys are frauds. we have we
Good
have to
Lord,
support the developers so they
good
can keep
Lord, so
providing
much
us with the
hatred,
greatness. Yeah,
so
I
much,
mean,
so
no,
much hatred and vitriol.
Sony nor
My
the
God.
devs get a cut of the resale value or the resale, sell. So we can't do that. Just stop it. You're hurting the gaming industry. You bots are known for that. You prop up Game Pass, and now you're propping up reselling games. No.
All right. I'm gonna go off on
Now
a
this
tangent here
now
for a
this game
second.
right here, this game right here.
Hold on.
Let me say this real quick.
What
Now you
Primal?
can't now you can't tell me that Capcom didn't just execute the most grandest ass pull in the game, the biggest troll you can imagine.
Uh-huh.
When you see dinosaurs
Oh,
raining out
shucks.
the
Yeah.
sky, and you get a redhead in black leather, a black leather and stuff. And I mean, it's like, yeah, you see people in mecha suits and everything, and that throws everything off. But then you
Yeah.
see this chick with the red hair and the black leotards. It's like, and it's Capcom. And it's like Capcom. What are you doing?
Well, yeah. Okay, so this is the first one I want to talk about, Exoprima, which kind of reminds me of Second Instinct, except that there's like little mechs or suits here with this one, which now to me is like a mix of Second Extinction because it's about dinosaurs and Anthem because Anthem has all these different suits. You remember Anthem?
Mhm.
Yes.
Okay, and
Who
so
did-
Got it
Who
for
hasn't forgotten?
$6.
I got it for well, it's free on Ultimate because you get EA Play.
I buy my games. You forgot buy it.
Oh, god dang it! I keep forgetting, man. Sorry.
Yeah.
So,
I mean, even if it's $6, it goes to the devs. That's what I'm for.
but you know what? I'm looking forward to that one because it has dinosaurs. I like dinosaur battles, and I like mech suits or anything that has to do with mechs. I'm down for. I mean, like when Anthem was out, I was all about Anthem, but it just unfortunately nobody supported it. And the same thing with Titanfall. Titanfall is all about Titanfall too.
Yeah, that's what I was about to say. Now with Anthem, I can understand, it had some shortcomings, but Titanfall got the Horizon treatment where they just dropped it in Murderer's Row and people forgot about it.
Yeah. And that's my son got into Titanfall so much, man. He was all about it. And he got pretty good at one point, man. I was like, this little kid he's like 9 years old when he came out, is knocking out everybody, and it was fun. But yeah, I mean, I'm looking forward to this one just because it's dinosaurs. I enjoy Second Extinction because of the dinosaurs and the different types of dinosaurs. It's just there's also what's in preview right now too. So there's not super support for Second Extinction, so it just kind of went to the wayside. But if this one comes out and it's a banger, like some people like to say, I want to play it. And it's coming out on PS4, PS5, and Xbox. So all you Xbox fans that want to play this, it's going to come out on your console. So there you go. But enough about Xbox.
Dino Crisis Evolution. Go out and buy it. Enjoy it.
Yeah.
Oh, wait, it's not called that.
So see, look, I mean, these mech suits and the shields, and it looks, I mean, I think it looks insane to me. I want to play it. I mean, I don't know about you guys if you're going to look into this game or not.
Yeah, I'll look at all of the games. I don't know about buying them all.
I want to play. Man, see that? Here comes the T-Rex. Boom! He's going to grab one and just like start whipping that guy. There you go. See, he just ate him up. So yeah, I want to play this one. So I'm looking forward to this one. Capcom, thank you very much. Sony, PlayStation, or Sony State of Play, thank you for showing this for all the platforms that is coming out. And then, is okay? Oh, here we go. Elisa? Yeah, Elisa? Sorry, I can't. Sorry if I mispronounced your name. It's okay. You bots can get the scraps, but you won't experience true greatness from Square.
Did nobody mention to him that Never mind.
Go for it, man. It's an open platform.
No. See, I'm one of those people where it's like, even though I myself don't like surprises, I love giving them. So we can, stick around. We're going through each thing. So just hang around and get a nice little surprise. Nice little door prize. Something in the bag. Something in the bag you can take home. You might not like it, but yep.
And fire, man, I had that Series S for you, man, in my hands. I'm like, I told the guy, take it out. I'm holding this one for a buddy. And then when you said you didn't want it yet, I'm like, oh, okay. I told the guy, here you go. Put it back on sale. So, but that Target that I go to, they've been having some Series S lately. So I think looks like those Series S are coming coming more available as time goes on. By your end, Eli, you see them anywhere?
In the last show, I told y'all to stop sleeping on Target, man. Target has fully stocked Wii's and OLEDs by me, and about 3 Series S's.
Yeah. Mine had 2. Mine had 2 Series S's. I didn't check the Nintendos, but yeah, the last couple of times I've been there, one time they had 3, and then this time they had 2. So they're
they had like 6 of the OLED consoles and about 12 of the normal Switches, and then there were about 2 or 3. Like, cause they probably have some stacked in the back. It's probably like 2 or 3 Series S's. Now Walmart, every now and then you can go in there, but right now everybody has a Switch though. But as far as like the Series S,
Walmart is the worst when it comes to stocking up their game section. The other day I walked in and the whole PlayStation section, like their games and everything, was completely gone. It was bare. It was nothing. And I looked around and see, okay, where's all the PlayStation stuff? And nope, there was nowhere. All they had was the Xbox and the Nintendo stuff. I don't know if they were kind of reorganizing or whatever they're doing, but they just didn't have crap. They still got that plastic PlayStation 5 display though.
I've seen PlayStation 4s.
Really?
For sale, yeah. Like it was like 1, and then I saw another one that had 2, but PlayStation 4s.
I haven't seen any 4s.
They actually they have the SSDs for the PlayStation 5, like the ones that you can install yourself.
Yeah,
they have those at Walmart too. So I guess PlayStation is got something going with Walmart, because you remember they're the ones that blew the low early when they said they were going to deliver the next day.
Yeah.
So they must have something going on. Because nobody else, because like even GameStop, they don't even have them used. And then I go to Walmart and they have new PlayStation 4s.
Look at Emmanuel's comment. Walmart heard PlayStation is going out of business in 10 years. They got rid of the games early. Lol. Hey, you never know. You never know. All right. So, oops, God, I keep hitting the wrong one. All right. Who's a Final Fantasy fan? You guys?
Yeah. Not as much as I used to be, but
so we got this new one called Stranger of Paradise Final Fantasy Origins. I don't know where this lies in the timeline because I wouldn't call myself a Final Fantasy fan. I like the world of it. I love the stories of it. And Final Fantasy VII Remake is my second one that I ever played. And it'd be the second one. That'll be the second one I ever finished too, because I'm about to finish it.
Well, like no trolling, no nothing. Like,
yeah.
If there's any Final Fantasy game that hits Xbox, I'm looking at it with a side eye. Mm-hmm. Because if Sony didn't think enough of it to pay for timed exclusivity, it must not be that great. You understand what I'm saying? Like, I'm being serious. Yeah. Any other Final Fantasy game is getting some type of timed exclusivity deal now for 2 years or better. So if they're gonna let that one hit Xbox as a Final Fantasy game, because we see that they're trying to get some type of hold on the franchise, I'm not even gonna worry about it.
Well, this one,
I'll get it when
that
it's
I'm
$20.
this one that I'm playing right now is going to come out on Xbox. We just don't know if it's going to be timed on PlayStation.
Is that
It probably
the
is.
Tecmo? Is that the Tecmo moment?
No,
Is
this
it-
one, right? It's the Stranger of Paradise,
Who made it?
Square Enix.
It was team.
Sure.
It was Team Ninja.
Right. So
Square produced by. So the thing is like the ad with along with what you're saying, Emmanuel. I mean, I'm not Emmanuel. I mean, Eli. Sorry, I was distracted by my little brother. Is that the thing that gets me is that it seems like it could be Square. They could be saying no. You hold on to that bag, because they're probably looking at it where it's like anything that is going to have to them might have a big appeal to the Western audience. They have no problem with those going over to Xbox.
Yeah.
But anything that is like core, like the most core of what these franchises are, where it has like maybe some turn-based, traditional mechanics,
Yeah.
or it's there's more stuff that's more aligned in what Final Fantasy or Dragon Quest truly is.
Yeah.
Then they'll let Sony lock that behind the door for a good while before it ever graces Xbox. But
Mhm.
but Dragon Quest, I'll admit though, Dragon Quest did shock me. But by the time it did come to Game Pass, it was already out in the wilds for about 2 years.
I try playing it. I truly try playing it. I put some good hours in it. I just couldn't do it.
Well, I kind of figure that after how you described that you're not into RPGs and stuff. I kind of already
I
knew
am. It
Yeah.
depends, I guess, the type of RPGs, because
Yeah,
I do like
you-
I do like Dragon Age. That's an RPG.
yeah,
Same thing
but
with the Fall. Yeah, I know what you mean.
that's the thing though. You like more action oriented
Yeah.
role playing,
Yeah.
and stuff like that. Whereas like traditional role playing is more turn based and all about the numbers and the stats and a lot of strategy.
no.
A lot of chess move style of play.
Mhm. Yeah.
In mind and everything like that.
Yeah,
And- Yeah,
I'm very limited on liking those turn-based type games, like a Dragon. It was completely different than the previous games. I mean, like the fun factor is there, but when I found out it was turn-based, I'm like, come on. It's like, why this one have to be turn-based, And then I started playing it, and I just kind of got used to it. I had fun with it, finished it, had a great time, and kind of moved on from it. But like the old school Final Fantasy games, those turn-based ones, it's like I couldn't. No, I won't get into those at all. I need more of the free roaming, just like
action
13
RPG.
right, like 13 was Final Fantasy 13,
Up scrolls.
7, 7 remake. I like those, and I've been enjoying those type of
But
Final
bro,
Fantasy games.
it's
Fireboss
funny.
made them sound so noble. Hold that bag. We don't want your money. No, it's not. That's not what happened, man. Sony goes in, procures their own games to burn timed exclusivity money on, and they looked at that game and said, "Yeah, let them have it."
Yeah,
That's what I'm gonna roll with, because it doesn't make any sense. I mean, like, to my understanding, they can't buy them, or maybe they can, but it would cost too much, But if they could, they would have by now, instead of trying to buy all their games. So they looked at that game, and like I said, I think that's the Tecmo game. It's not like the normal game. I think it's probably like gonna be Final Fantasy Souls, like a Neo Jack. You know what I mean? And then right on the back of like an Elden Ring. That's what it's looking like to me. I don't see like really like the classic RPG elements on that game when I watch the videos.
Be honest with you, looking at it, it kind of strikes me more as like they redid Ninja Gaiden and just added Final Fantasy to it.
yeah.
And instead of Ryu Hayabusa, it's this angry blonde-haired white guy always screaming
With a sword.
"Chaos!"
With like a 20-foot sword.
Yeah, because if you look at it, really, like Tecmo
Yeah.
started the whole Souls genre, right? With with Ninja Gaiden, the difficulty spikes on those games. So that's what I see when I see this. Like you said, Final Fantasy with a Ninja Gaiden with a Final Fantasy skin. That's what I'm looking at, and that's why
Don't forget the
PlayStation
Andrew
was like,
Lincoln.
yeah, don't worry about it. I ain't gonna get into that because they've been doing that on Twitter too much, and I'm like, yo, you can't expect these people to represent you. They want to represent to people. They want to represent what they think they can sell, right?
Yeah.
And they're crying about Forspoken because she's racially ambiguous. I'm not into that. All I'm gonna say is my interest level is a 3 on that game.
What,
And
Forspoken?
no, Forspoken. I want to play that game.
Well, that's funny you say that because I have it right here on the screen.
Hey, I mean that's more greatness that the bots won't get to touch. They say 2 years from now, but you already
Really?
know that Sony
2
is going to
years?
expand it. Yeah.
I didn't know
So
that. I didn't know
you're
that.
So you talking about For Spooky?
Forspoken. Yeah, it's gonna be timed exclusive to the best console on the planet, the one that's outperforming your Series X on every Digital Foundry exposition for 2 years, right? And we already know that 2 years really means indefinitely, because if you look at it, you bots still haven't gotten to play Final Fantasy VII Remake.
No, that's why I got it on a PlayStation, because I got tired of waiting. I wanted to play it. And it was like, okay, I'll just get it on PlayStation.
And you have no choice. Sony knows what they're doing.
Yeah.
Hey, we believe in generations. We don't care where we believe that you should be able to play that game on the PlayStation 4 if that's what you have.
Yep.
But that originally wasn't what believing in generations meant.
No, you bots misinterpreted what Jimmy was saying. Jimmy was saying we believed in generations, meaning that whatever console, which is why we're going to be supported for the next 3 to 4 years. You bots can move on, okay? You guys can leave the Xbox one line alone because you guys barely sold 60 million, if that. So it's nothing for y'all to leave them behind. Don't even, like, y'all's cloud is bullcrap, so don't even throw cloud at me like it makes a difference.
Yeah.
All right?
It kind of does.
Really, no. Xbox is leaving gamers behind because you got so many gamers out there with bad internet, can barely pull 10 megabits per second, and they're going to be left out in the cold. But we believe in generations, so that's why guys like Tech can jump on Final Fantasy VII on the PlayStation 4, PlayStation 4 Pros.
Yep.
That's what he was talking about. Not that he was going to leave the old consoles behind with 150 million sold. What kind of sense does that make? What are you guys thinking?
Yeah. What's wrong with that?
We're thinking that we want to move gaming forward. Maybe just saying.
You can't.
It's
move
just
forward.
It's just an idea.
You can't move forward dragging the masses behind you. I mean, there's only like 17 million PS5s. What about all these guys?
I thought it was 25 already. 25 million.
Bro,
but isn't that what Sony was kind of doing?
No,
like,
look, you guys misinterpreted what Jimmy was saying. We believe in generations.
They were like the dealer around the corner. Like, yo, you got to hit this. You got to get on this 5 right now.
No, this is what they said, man. When they believe in, they told you, like, we believe in generations, meaning we believe in multiple generations. We believe in cross generations. We believe in our past console and our current console. Even though we don't have proper backwards compatibility, we still believe in it and we're working towards it.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, good Lord. I mean, I'm sure people believe in a lot of things. I mean, I'm sure even Jim Ryan believes in multiple bed partners. But hey, you say you believe in something, you kind of supposed to stick to it, maybe.
But they did.
So Eli,
that sounds like more like they kind of like transformed it like a triple changer Astro train. Oh, wait a minute, we can't be a shuttle this time. Let's be a choo-choo.
So the Forspoken is actually time exclusive. Well, I guess
it's timed exclusive. It's a time console exclusive. It'll be day one on PC, so that all of you guys who claimed you have these super powerful PCs, you just go ahead and boot them up. Day one, $70 on PC. We'll see how that goes over.
Well, crap. I guess I have to get on PlayStation 4. No,
PC.
PC. Oh, PC. That's right. I got my $3,000.
They believe in generations sometimes, right? But that's not a PlayStation exclusive. That's a Square Enix game. If it was a Sony game, it would be cross-gen.
So okay, PC then. Well, good thing I made my $5,000 PC here that can handle anything that comes from Sony.
You sure about that?
I hope so.
I've seen.
I hope so.
I've seen so many. I've seen so many. I've seen so many people put in just as much and even a bit more and still be struggling.
The real problem is, can it handle your PC? Because like these games, like they're coming out all kind of jank.
No,
All
Eli.
janky.
No, Eli. No. The real question for tech is, can it handle Crisis? Yes.
Oh, Crisis. Yes. Yes, Queen. Yes. Yes.
Can it handle that, homie?
I don't know. I don't know if it can handle Crisis.
I don't think anything can.
What
I'm sorry.
sucks,
I'm
man?
sorry.
It's like,
There was nothing genius about that. That was poor optimization.
so what's the issue now with the Forspoken character?
Well, no, there's a lot of
She's dark screen. She's
no, there are a lot of people of color.
Oh my god.
That are, well, let's say black people that are offended that in the industry as a whole, basically, like instead of like, if you're saying you're gonna have a black person, they will get like the token black person is now always racially ambiguous, right? And that's what she is. She could be a Latino, she could be black, but they say she's black, but she looks like Rosario Dawson or something. You know what I mean?
Does,
like, so that's the issue that they're having, and I don't find that interesting, so I don't engage in those things. It's their game.
It gets old. It actually gets
yeah.
old because everything these days is an issue. You know? Oh, that Alloy, she's too white and she's a redhead and she doesn't have a tan.
She's not cute enough.
You know?
She gained too much weight.
She gained too much weight, you know. The Forspoken girl, you know, she's too ambiguous. We don't know if she's Hispanic, if she's black, or she's Dominican, or whatever that's out there.
Yeah, man, she could be Canelo.
Oh my god, it's like society is ending real soon.
Well, hey, that game looks good, man. I won't front.
No,
like,
I'm interested.
Like if I was 100% bot like you guys, I'd boot up my PC, you know, or you know, I'd pay $1,000 for a PS5 from a scalper. I'd do what I had to do to play that game.
Oh, so I every now and then I'll jump on Facebook. I've been getting away from Facebook for a good year now, so I rarely post, but I still view stuff because I got family on there. But somehow I guess I liked or started following this one pawn shop that's here locally in Dallas. Hold on. And they've been posting a lot of pictures of them selling PlayStation 5s and some Xbox. So they have the customer posing with their PlayStation 5. They're all happy, like, yeah, I got one. And the ad, and not the ad, but in the caption, you know, the pawn shop is stating, hey, you could own one too with only $50, like a $50 down payment, right? Because it's a pawn shop. And put the rest on credit. Well, I read the comments. And every other question asks, so how much is the console? You know, how much is the console after all the payments, like total payment, you know, paid out? No answer. Like every other question, nobody wants to give an answer what the real price is. And you know they're selling it for like $700, but you got some chump.
Well, they gotta make a profit.
They gotta make a profit, and then I've been to some pawn shops. I've never purchased anything at a pawn shop just because I look at the products. I'm like, okay, I could get a brand new one for that price, you know?
Yep.
And so it's like, I see this picture. I see those people, you know, like happy. I'm like, I know you're happy because you got one, but you're going to hate those payments and you're going to hate yourself for paying what the final price is after you made your payments, you know? And like, I wish people were smarter with their money, but who am I to tell them what to do with their money, you know?
Look, man, it's kind of how I feel about like with Elden Ring, right? Like you got a lot of people that bought that game and didn't even know what they were buying, just buying the hype. It's like when people buy things, they buy them because they can, because everybody else is excited about it, and they get rid of it. Not everybody wanted or needed it, right? They were fine with what they had. Like you got a PlayStation 4. You can still play the same games. You don't need to get it. I would sell it too, or just get a PC. It's always something to play. You don't need to play everything day one. God of War was still as good. I mean, Xbox is doing day one, but God of War was just as good for those people who waited 4 years. But they won't have to keep waiting 4 years though.
Yeah, I waited like a couple of years before I got mine. For God of War.
I got mine for free.
There you go. See. There you go.
I like free.
So, all right. I think we ranted a little bit here.
So,
all right. The next so the next one here that I'm not a I wouldn't say I'm a fan of this because I'm aware of this this what do I say? This cartoon, this BattleBots, the Gundam Evolution. And it's a shooter. It looks fun. I mean, I'll play it just because I like I said before, I like robots. I like anything that comes with robots. And
that's them taking their stab at the hero shooter genre.
Yeah. I don't know much about Gundam. I am aware of them. I don't know any details, what their backstory is or anything like that. I just know they're a bunch of robots. That's all I know about them. But it looks cool. I want to play it, except not the sniper role because I'm not good at sniper role. I'm the Rambo guy. I just go in and start blasting.
Leroy Jenkins.
First one getting headshotted. Yeah.
Yep. I'm the first. Like, oh crap, man! How'd I get headshot? Because I'm the one running out there in the field like an idiot.
Like, what are you doing? Get behind cover.
But yeah, no. I'll is this one?
It's fun this way.
This one says, "Oh, I don't have." Oh yeah, it's coming on Xbox too. It's supposedly in spring of this year. So who knows if it's a time exclusive? I don't think it's a time exclusive. Will it?
Nah, it's this. See, one thing I've been noticing with Namco Bandai is they've been really, really kind of like, getting away from that time stuff. I mean, they're still doing it, but a lot of titles where I've been noticing that it would be obvious that they try that. They really haven't, because this is one of those titles. But it kind of makes sense because when it comes to like shooters, it isn't so much of the property. It's Gundam or anything like that. It's the fact that it's another shooter. And hey, what do they always keep saying about us Xbox? We're the shooter guys, shooter box and stuff. So yeah. Now I'm very sure Namco Bandai, kind of knew that I think it would benefit us to make this multi-plat.
Well, see, that's what I was asking you. Like, other than Square Enix, like, who's doing timed exclusivity deals as far as AAA developers are concerned?
Right now, to be honest with you, I think the only other ones still doing any sort of time exclusivity are just like, like a few like indies that
that's why I said AAA. Because I know that those guys they need money to finish the project, so they go with timed exclusivity to get some of that money. But I think that timed exclusivities are dead, right? Because I haven't seen them for years. Nobody's paying attention, right? It's only Square Enix and Sony that do that.
But is being timed worth it compared if you would have just released it on another platform?
It's worth it. We don't know what they get paid. You know what I mean? So if Sony for Final Fantasy is going to give them, a couple $100 million, which I don't know, what I would do if it was me, I would project Xbox sales and give them that and a VIG, right? So that's what I'm assuming is going on. They're getting projected Xbox sales plus the VIG, and they say, okay, because other than that, why would you do it? Yeah, it's bad enough. Like, okay, Super Nintendo Final Fantasy, like that's the first one I've seen, right? The first one I played, Blockbuster Video, RIP.
Blockbuster Video.
What a difference, right? Remember? So, like, so we had all those.
You got to say it right now. Wow, what a difference!
That's right.
Say it right.
No, I wasn't gonna do it, right? But like, so the Nintendo obviously Japanese, Sony's Japanese, but when Nintendo had the little downfall and Sony came in, they basically picked up where Nintendo left off. They've been fostering that fan base for years, and then when they bring their games over to Xbox, and people say, "Oh, they don't sell." I mean, we've been playing this long without them. Why should we care now? You know what I mean? I'm like, you throw us these scraps and like, oh, please, thank you, thank you. We were so hungry. Like, Western games sell better than Eastern games anyway. You know, not counting like a Pokemon or something. You know what I mean?
Well, like I told a lot of people that go into that, is that you need to also remember is that around that time frame, and Eli, I mean, you can probably attest to this too, man. It's that the JRPG was in a downward spiral and
It still
stuff,
is.
because people were finding other things, other things to play, and people, get into this whole thing like, oh, Xbox don't like JRPG. No, it's not that. It's just
We
the
don't
fact
like
that
them as a country, man. But let's just be honest. They don't sell. A buddy told us, but we didn't like it. Those games don't sell, and it was the truth. It was the truth.
Well, has it been proven that it doesn't sell?
Yeah. Every time they drop them, they don't sell. They sell on PC. They don't sell on Xbox.
a lot of times because
Final
we
Fantasy
don't
does.
because there's more because it's more notable and there's more effort in its marketing compared to like anything that's more lesser known. A lot of that stuff you wouldn't do. I'll put it like this. I can remember walking into a GameStop, and oh god, there was this other game store before it went out of business. But I can remember walking into these stores. Oh,
Damages.
there you go,
Hollywood, yeah.
Hollywood. That was it.
EB.
That was it. Thank you. Oh yeah,
Well, EB just converted to GameStop, right?
Well, no, they were their
Yeah,
company and they
yeah.
got purchased. So
Right.
I wouldn't
Yeah.
say there was,
But
it became.
EB still exists, but just not in this country.
And if I'm pretty sure, I'm almost certain that so was Babbage's, like another company
Babbage's.
that
Yeah, I
GameStop
remember
bought. Well, we had them on the East. I never saw them here.
Yeah.
We had
But-
them down in South. We had
Yeah,
them in
we-
Houston.
I'm not saying you didn't.
Yeah.
I'm just saying I never
Oh.
saw them.
Well,
Yeah, in the 80s.
well, I'm telling
in the
you.
80s we had them. But yeah, it's just that I can remember walking into these stores and I would be looking on the most lowest rack, and I would be seeing these games, these JRPGs and stuff, and I'm like, when did this come out? Well,
Yeah.
I didn't see any ads. All the electronic gaming monthlies and that you go through, and all the Game Spots and everything, and Game Pro and whatever magazine, nothing. You may see maybe one or two ads and that's it, and it's like, wow, great job on the marketing, guys.
Yep.
Nah,
Like as far as like the Japanese games are concerned, for me, like, and from what I can tell, is they need to be in Game Pass, because we, as a fan base, Xbox fans, need to be introduced like on a broad scale. Like these,
Well,
like I said, those guys have been playing. Yeah, these guys have been playing since Super Nintendo and PlayStation 1, and they skipped Xbox. So now they want to come back to Xbox, and it's like, dude, we found
that's
other
like,
things to play and get hooked on.
Well, that's like with me and Yakuza games. I was introduced to them because of Game Pass.
Right.
I never had any interest in playing them. I will see video clips of them and like, oh, that looks pretty funny, because they're dancing around. They're doing the whole dance routine, and then I see other clips where they're fighting. I'm like, what's up with all the dance routines, And so when they get into Game Pass, I started playing it from in order, the way the story goes, and I got hooked. I got hooked, man, from day one. I got hooked. And I played all of them already. I'm already caught up with all the Yakuza games except for Judgment. Haven't played that one yet.
yeah, a lot of.
Well,
Yeah.
that's not really a Yakuza game, right? That's like a spinoff.
It's a spinoff.
Yeah. Yeah, it's
But
gonna be-
I bought it. I haven't gotten to it yet though.
See,
Like, I love
Yeah.
those games. Like, they're fun.
yeah,
That's really,
I mean,
for
the
me,
thing is-
like, a game needs to be fun first, man. These guys like reading and playing and reading a game and getting super involved in the story. Like, the story is like side piece for me. I'm not playing a game that says, oh, the narrative is the star of the show. Nah, it's supposed to be a bonus because I've been playing games since they didn't have a story. You just knew you were saving a princess because you saw one in distress.
Yes.
Hey, wait a minute. That doesn't sound like a PlayStation guy. Who are you really? Who are you?
I'm sorry, I broke
there was a
character.
princess in distress, and we had to save her. We don't know who
Yeah.
she is. She just got in trouble and is in danger, and we as the hero need to go save the princess. You know what?
And don't forget that she LGBTQ. Gotta throw that in there too now.
Okay, no, don't start.
Luigi is gay now.
And every pronoun that's out there that we just can't keep up with now too.
Why we have to involve those people? What happened now with Mario?
Well,
Now we're just throwing in the typical PlayStation mixture.
Oh yeah,
into the pie.
Because we know they'll create some type of fake outrage. Shoot,
And then even though he has a mustache, they never exactly say what Mario's actual gender is.
He's what is it? He's non-binary.
Yes. Oh God.
Because hell, dude. Hey, look, we suffered through the whole thing. We suffered through the whole thing in the '80s with Birdo. All right, so we can do it with Mario.
The stuff that we're experiencing right now with the social stuff. I feel sorry for my son when he grows up and goes into junior high and then high school, because I don't know what kind of crap he's going to get into when he gets in those classes, man. Because I'm more like, dude, don't take shit from nobody.
Yeah, I'm see. The only thing that's the only thing I'm not liking about this is just with the kids, because are y'all familiar with a Netflix cartoon that was on like 2 years ago, called Kipo and the Wonderful Age of Beast or something like that?
I didn't watch it though, but I know what you mean.
Yeah. So basically, it's pretty much it's like Black created, written and stuff like that, and dude, it was starting off real good. It was pretty interesting, and my little brother, and at that time he was only 11 years old, right, and he was getting real finicky with his cartoon watching, so it got so bad to a point to where he would just pull up YouTube or go on what's that one video service that's on
Crunchyroll?
No, oh hell no, not Crunch, dude. I can't. He won't even look at anime.
Yeah.
But he would just pull up Gen 1 Transformers.
Oh yeah.
He'll watch the hell out of that from the first all the way up to a Headmasters, and that's it. He's good. He's golden. And so he did go on a little spree with Gumball. Got tired of that. With Adventure Time, got tired of that. And
yeah.
he held on with Adventure Time. He held on at least till the ending and stuff. And also to a regular show. Mm-hmm. So he held out, but he just got tired of him. He would never go back to him like he does Transformers. So Kipo really, really, really like held him. He was like, man, this is good. This is so good. And then the moment, and a little bit of spoiler, I'll go and spoil it. The moment that they're in the little amusement park, the one brother, the one male support character, him and the main character, the female, they're sitting there on the Ferris wheel. She's starting to feel a certain way about him, and she just leans over to kiss him, and he's like, whoa,
basketball.
Yeah, he's like, whoa, wait a minute. What are you doing? What's going on here? And she's like, oh, I kind of thought, this was kind of the mood. And he's like, well, I'm kind of not into that. And she's like, oh, I'm sorry. And he's like, yeah. And I'm like, no, you did not. And he got, he got up. He turned off the TV. He didn't even bother to turn off the little Android box we had streaming it. He turns off the TV. He just looks at me, shakes his head, and just walks off.
Well, have you guys watched Eternals?
No, not yet.
Okay. So it's a little minor spoiler. There's one scene, and I took my son to go watch this because he wanted to go see it. There's one scene towards the end where one character is a male character. He's involved with another male character, and when they say their goodbyes, they kiss. For me, I'm a grown man. It doesn't bother me, but I had my kid with me, and I wasn't expecting it. I wasn't expecting that. I wasn't even aware that scene was in there, you know. And then he saw it, and I saw it, and I kind of look over side eye him like, oh crap, how am I going to explain this, you know? And he just kept staring. He just watched, and I didn't bring it up. You know, we watched the movie. You know, we watched what we watched, and we left the movie theater and went on with our day. But I'm like, oh, okay, it's like we're not there yet to talk about this. He's too young for this still, you know.
Yeah.
But oh well. What do you do?
But my little brother though, when he finally calmed down and came back out of his room.
Yeah.
He was like, why do they do that? He says, this is a kid's cartoon, right?
Yeah.
I'm a kid. I shouldn't have to be worrying about this type of stuff right now. I'm supposed to be just being entertained.
Yeah, exactly. So, all right, well, let's go back to entertainment and let's see. To this one. Are you Ninja Turtle fans? Or are you planning to get this? Are you going to have some fun with it? I loved Ninja Turtles back in the day, especially the arcade version. And I think they have that here, right? The arcade version?
Yep. They have
the arcade version was so tight back in the day.
It was tight. It was awesome back then.
Like it just looked so much better when it came out than everything else.
And wasn't
it
wasn't it one of the first ones that had the 4 controller thing? The 4 joysticks?
Yep.
Yeah, thinking, yeah.
Yep, it was. Yep. There was. Well, the thing is, no, the first 4-player co-op game I've ever seen before Turtles was actually the Avengers game.
Oh, that's right. It sure was.
And then after that, then they pushed it on and they did the X-Men game.
Yeah.
That was like that. And then I came across the Ninja Turtles game, which is funny because the first time I came across that game was when the Ninja Turtle movie first came out, and we went to the theater.
Oh, the live action one.
Yeah, we went to the theater to go watch it, and sure enough, right there. I mean, with crowds of people. I mean, just you couldn't even get to the damn machine. Was the Ninja Turtle game.
Yeah.
And I mean, I remember Joker's fighting and stuff because dudes trying to line up their quarters and dudes like, nah, don't do that. Other people trying to play, man.
Yeah. That was my area too, man.
But yeah, I can remember that time when, I mean, how it's like, I mean, how they're like body slamming the enemies and everything. And everybody's just like, oh man, this looks great. And then you see Rocksteady, come through the floor, say, say your prayers, Twiddles, and everybody's like, oh yeah. That was pretty sick back then.
Wait, there's some turtle games that I see right now that I wasn't even aware of, just because I just didn't keep up with it. The arcade one for sure. But I mean, I'll have to get this one just because of the fun factor. I'm sure there's going to be a couch. Yeah, the kids, especially the couch co-op. So all 3 of us can play together. Even though my younger son may have no idea. It's like, dude, just smash the buttons. That's all you got to do. Smash the buttons and you'll have some fun. So it's supposed to come out later this year and on all the platforms. So just don't know when.
I remember being disappointed that when I got the Ninja Turtle NES cartridge, it was so different than the arcade. Yeah, you had to drive around in a turtle van and then go find sewers to go down. It looked nothing like the arcade, bro.
Oh yeah, that was going off the whole Zelda formula, and that's actually why I like that one the most and stuff like that. And it's like if I get this, that will probably be the one that I play. so that I actually tried it. So I actually get a chance to go back and try to beat it this time, because when I first had it, it wasn't mine. You know, it belonged to a friend of mine's, and well, former friend, because this is like around the time when this came out before the Sega Master System, you know, came over here, because that was my first ever, you know, my own game system and stuff like that, you know, because the Atari belonged, you know, was our first, but that belonged to my old man. So this, you know, the Sega Master System was like mine's. Yeah. And this so-called friend, because people talk about console wars new. No, dude, that is going on.
That's been going on for years. Yeah.
And everybody in this neighborhood had a Nintendo, had an NES, and he was adamant that you need to get one too, so we can always trade games. And me, I'm one of those people where it's like, man, dude, I'll get what the hell I want to get, man. So here it is. He loaned me his Nintendo and Turtles, and I was like, oh man, yeah, dude, I'm having a blast. And you remember Fester's Quest, a Blaster Master, and all that stuff like that.
Blaster Master,
Master Blade, yeah. And I was like, man, dude, I was like, yeah, I'm having a good time with these. But I've always been more core arcade and stuff like that. So I remember going to the arcade and you know, playing like the sit down version of Thunderblade. And I'm like, oh man, dude, this game. I was like, this game is sick. So when I had a choice of getting the Master System and Thunderblade, it's sitting right there looking at me, I pulled the trigger, and that's what I grabbed. So he got pissed off. He grabbed his Nintendo and his Turtles and Master Blaster and all that, and just stormed out, and we haven't spoken since.
Hey, are you still mad about Master Blast?
Like, I mean, I was going to ask him. I didn't care. I was having a blast, and then got Super Hang On, and well, actually, no. Super Hang On was already in the system. It was already built in with Duck Hunt. Not Duck Hunt. Safari. That's what it was. Safari Hunt.
Oh, so what the hell you buy?
Oh,
I was gonna say, what did you buy? You got all those games. No, Hang On.
Yeah, those two games were in there, and plus there was the secret snail game. God, I can't remember how you access it.
Hold up and two.
Okay, yeah.
Throughout the boot, you hold it down, and then it just slide over to a little maze. Go to school tomorrow. Hey man, you guys know?
Yep. And
it's just a freaking snail game, but just because we found it, we thought it was cool.
Yeah,
I'm sure.
It was hard as hell too.
My neighbor thought I was annoying because he introduced me to the NES, and since we're both baseball fans, he introduced me to RBI baseball. And I was over almost every day. I would get my butt kicked by him because he knew how to play it better than I did. But that's how I got introduced to the NES. And then when I had enough money to buy the Super Nintendo, the one arcade port that I was looking forward to that didn't turn out to be like the arcade, because like you guys were saying, it's just not the same, was Killer Instinct.
Oh, that was trash. it was cool because you're at home, but I'm gonna tell you what really turned me off, bro. Final Fight. That was one, and then it didn't even have God. Do you know Final Fight, Tech?
No.
Yep.
It had
I remember
Hagar, Guy, and Cody.
Oh,
it was like one of the first pretty beat 'em ups. It's like Double Dragon, like that kind of game.
I know what you're talking about, but no, I never played it myself.
And they never put Guy in there, and Guy was a freaking ninja.
They waited till almost near the end of the Super Nintendo generation to make a version where they had him, but it was only like him and Hagar.
Maybe it was just limitations.
Yeah, but then here it is. You look over at Streets of Rage, because at that time Streets of Rage came out, and you got 3 characters.
Yeah, no, that was a game. You guys remember Bad Dudes?
Bad Dudes.
Oh yeah,
dude, that was the first game that actually said words, right? That I played on Nintendo. When you complete the level, it's like, I'm bad. It sounds super horrible, but I still thought it was cool back then.
Wait a minute, you're forgetting one. double dribble.
Oh,
Yeah,
double
yeah,
dribble,
yeah,
double
yeah.
dribble.
Yeah, bro. I
God, I
remember
hated
you.
that game.
Do you
You
guys still
hated
have
it.
a? Do you guys still have a working Nintendo?
I have emulators on my phone,
Okay.
computer,
Yeah,
tablet.
emulator on computer here, but
I
yeah,
wish I
I,
saved
I,
some of my old consoles.
I hated that game because every time we go into the country, go visit my pop's side of the family, and his young well, more or less this was like my uncles. They're like his younger brothers, step brothers and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And good God, these jokers cheated like crazy on that game. It was like, man, it
The dribble,
was like I ain't playing with y'all no more.
double, double dribble.
Shut up, Tech.
How's it go? Double dribble. Yeah.
And they always get LA.
Where you always try to run up so you can get the dunk animation.
Yeah.
Like
And then
the net sounded like gunshots. You know what I'm saying? When the ball goes through nets.
but
I'm
and
look it up.
then yeah, and they get mad if I laugh my ass off when they like miss the dunk and the ball bounces off.
Yeah, because you have to let it go at the right time. And if you didn't
like,
have that figured
no.
out, you missed a dunk. But I
Like,
don't know if you guys
you
knew
got
that,
too
like,
excited.
if you stand in the on the light, the supposed light reflection, it's like a scuff. You'll hit your threes, right? That was one of the glitches.
There you go.
Oh man.
There you go. It's on the screen.
I would never play that, bro. I still play Tecmo Bowl though.
The dunk animation is like black and white, and then it flickers.
But man, dude, what about y'all neighborhoods back then? Like when Tecmo Bowl and this was out. It's like everybody in the neighborhood, all the kids would like rush over to each other's houses, playing these games. You would actually be playing like you're actually playing an actual season and stuff like that. Like your boy probably try to be like Houston or something like that, or you be like Charlotte or something, because Charlotte was like my team, because had to represent the Carolina somehow. And
mine was we played RBI baseball, and he always selected, I think it was San Francisco, and they had back in the 80s. They had
Atlanta.
Yeah, I think he picked San
ATL
Francisco
Braves. Yeah.
What about Blaze of Steel?
Oh,
that was spoke, but that's another Konami game. Blaze of Steel.
yes, Blades of Steel.
Dude, the only thing anybody over here cared about with that game was the fights. That was it. They were like, "Oh, you actually fight just like the just like the actual sport itself and everything." And they be doing everything on purpose just so they can fight.
Blades of Steel. Yes, that's awesome. The days back then. The days. We dropped somebody. There we go.
Yeah, he's back.
He's back.
Nah, man, I made a mistake and closed the window. But yeah, Blaze of Steel.
All right.
That's what you said. I'm sorry.
Go ahead.
Only thing people care about the fights. You didn't like playing Gradius at halftime? or did you play Gradius of Life Force? No. Okay.
I played both. I played both. But be totally honest with you, at the time when Life Force came about, to me it didn't seem to be that much of a difference, other than the fact that one of them you get to play two players simultaneously. That was it.
Well, that's enough. Look at Returnal.
Yeah.
Returnal. Returnal. All right, guys.
Take that Xbox. We got co-op before Halo.
Take that. So next one up, if you're into Godzilla's, kind of the kaiju monsters, and you enjoy just a beat 'em up type game.
Oh yeah, that.
If you miss kind of like the what was that
King of Monsters that was on the Neo Geo, and then the arcade.
What's the one called? Was it called something Rage?
Rampage.
Rampage. Yes. Then I'm looking forward to this Gigabash only because
Yep.
it's like the poor man's Godzilla game because they don't
Bro,
have really.
Rampage was
Yep.
the shiznit, bro.
Yes,
Yeah,
Rampage
this
was.
game, look it up. This game right here is actually more close to King of Monsters that was on
Is
the
it?
Neo Geo, and it actually even they actually did a port, SNES port of King of Monsters, which wasn't as, I guess you say, it wasn't as you know as advanced and stuff like that,
Mhm.
but it was good enough. But this is just about the same. And this game right here has actually been in development for like a good while already.
Has it really?
Yeah. So yeah, it's kind of interesting that they're finally like bringing it out, and they haven't said anything well, I hear it's supposed to be timed, a timed exclusive,
Don't ruin it for us, man.
but the thing is they're not exactly saying for how long.
Yeah. No, my
'Cause-
kids love
'cause-
Godzilla. They're always talking about Godzilla. They're always like my younger one will just draw like these Godzilla cartoons, but drawings. And so
Oh,
if
yeah.
I get this one, all three of us can play and have some fun with this.
Oh yeah, my little brother's a hardcore G fan as well.
Yeah. Oh yeah. And me introducing them to Godzilla, I watched a lot of Godzilla when I was a kid, but the
Mhm.
Godzilla movies that they showed back then, well, they kept playing the same ones over and over again, like the popular ones, right? So those are the only ones that I really was aware of. Even with the whole thing with the internet, I never went back and said, "Well, what's all available for Godzilla?" If it was ever on TV, I'll watch it, but I wasn't looking for it, right? So now that my kids are into Godzilla, dude, I wasn't aware of how many Godzilla movies were out there. This is before all the new ones, like the 80s or not the 80s, but like the 90s and up. I'm talking about like the 50s, the 60s, and 70s and
Mhm.
80s. It's like I wasn't aware that that's how many Godzilla movies they were in existence until my kids started asking, like, "Is there more Godzilla movies?" I'm like, "Oh, not really." I was like, "Oh my god, there is a lot of Godzilla movies."
Yeah, because a good bit of those, never even made it stateside and everything until
Yeah.
much later.
Right.
Yeah. Yep.
So y'all big Godzilla fans?
Yep.
I would say yes, but it's not like I'm out there looking for all the information and looking for all the movies that are available. I mean, like I've watched all the recent ones because I think they were pretty kick ass. But I'm not. I watched the old ones because my son he'll be like, "Hey, I want to see Godzilla versus Biollante." I'm like, "Okay," and I'll sit there. I'm like, "This is freaking boring," until the action parts comes up, Until the action one is like, "Okay, cool." But in between, like all the human talk, it's like I have no desire to watch that part.
I watched that stuff when I was a kid, so like back then I didn't like really understand it. So I'll probably have to watch them as an adult.
No, you watch it as an adult, you'll be completely bored. I'm like, you'll just fast forward to the good parts. So.
The human parts is usually you stick around just long enough just to get a gist of what's going on, and it's like, okay, all right, radiation, okay, yeah, all right, got it, and you start fast forwarding and moving on. All right, let's keep it moving.
Oh yeah. So let's see. This one is something new I saw during the show. It's the JoJo Bizarre Adventure Fighter game that no one wants.
I do.
I guess
I'm watching JoJo right now.
Now see this is funny because everybody instantly was thinking that this was a permanent exclusive to PlayStation because of the fact that one, it's anime, two, it's a fighting, it's a fighting game, anime fighting game, and then to turn around and be told that nope, it's coming out day one for both. No, there is no exclusivity. And that was like I said, like a lot of the Japanese Xboxers and stuff. This is like one of the things that was triggering them to tweet like, "Oh yeah, great Xbox show." And they're talking about. I mean, they're talking smack like, "Yeah, I'm getting this day one on my Xbox."
When I was searching for this video here, I kept getting a bunch of anime. So I didn't know this was an anime. I had no idea this is based off some show that's out there. And I'm like, this is not the. What is this? It's like, oh, it's a show. Like, oh, okay, now I get it. Why?
Yep. There's a whole lot of memes based off of this mess too.
Is it?
Way too many.
But it's coming to Xbox, so it's coming to Xbox, and nope, I didn't.
And PC.
And PC. Let's see. And the next one, which I guess I thought was going to be an exclusive to PlayStation, just because they like to keep their theme of samurai theme games into PlayStation, was this Trek to Yomi. Which looks interesting.
Now I'll tell you what's interesting. When I first came across this game before this show, this game was already stated to be coming to Xbox and to Game Pass day one. That's how I knew about it.
Oh, that was when I was watching the show. It was the first time I ever seen this at all.
Yeah. I'm trying to remember how when I came across it. I'm trying to remember, but I do remember that it was already stated to be coming to Game Pass. So to see it show up, in this show, I'm thinking to myself like, did something change with the contract, or is something, what's going on here?
Yeah.
But nope. It's just it's going to be, coming out day one, both platforms, and also Game Pass.
And yeah, the big one is Game Pass, just because everybody else has to pay for it outright. And
it's only a big deal because you bots are cheap.
I know. We the bots are cheap. They didn't want to. They're the welfare crew. That's what they are.
Yeah, that's why we call it welfare pass.
No, it's just that we like. It's just that we like to eat. You ever heard of that?
Like to eat.
like to keep food in the fridge and gas in the tank.
The bot definition of eating is different. That's why y'all don't have any games.
All right, let's get rid of that. We're down to our final two, and I think we're back to a turn-based game. Let's get this going, and that is Dialfield Chronicle.
Yeah, this is where it's probably definitely not going to be for you, Tech.
No.
But for someone like me, yeah, this is me and my old man all day. strategy role play.
So is your old man a big player, like gamer?
Yeah, he's in the it's either Madden or JRPG, but recently he's actually been kind of like showing a bit more interest in action role play as well. Like I just sat him down to try out Skyrim, and I mean he couldn't stop putting it down. The only reason he really stopped was that I made the mistake of giving him the PlayStation 4 version, which it's nothing but the upscaled PS3 version. So every time ponies like to go on and on about Bethesda and stuff like that. There's a reason I look at him, kind of cross-eyed, because it's like when I got Skyrim day one, and hell, even when I gotten Oblivion, I didn't really come across that many glitches. I may have came across maybe one or two, but that's it. And they weren't anything that was game breaking. Right. But it wasn't until the PlayStation 3 versions come along that I'm seeing like dudes on top of the doggone mountain, T-posing and then floating into the sky. And I'm like, what the hell is going on? What did you do? And, glitching through enemies and all that stuff. I'm like, what the heck? So by the time I got him that version, I figured that maybe they patched enough stuff that he can get through it. Nope. He can't even get like maybe like an hour into the game before it starts glitching out and he can't go any further. It has restarted.
Yeah. So let me ask you this. you having a dad that's into gaming, how do you see him enjoying something that's usually a kid thing? Like, it's the stereotype of, oh, it's a kid's kind of hobby, but it's not. It's everybody's hobby. Because the reason why I ask is like, my dad wasn't a gamer. My dad was a worker. He worked, the traditional father. He worked, his 12 hours. My mom stayed at home, and my mom, raised us, and life goes on. The difference on my household is different because I grew up with electronics. I enjoyed electronics, gaming, computers, laptops, gadgets, everything you think of, because I'm in, not because I'm in IT, because I enjoy them. And then my son's growing up with me. I'm still playing games. He's playing games. He sees me playing games. And it's just like, does it get to a point like, Dad, come on, why are you still playing?
No, because no, the reason why is because see, this is the all right. This is the guy this is the person who got me into gaming. I know, I know you hear that from Legal a lot about his old man, because that's the same way my old man was as well. Military, Army guy, and he was one of the first people to get his hands on the Atari 2600 when it came out, while we were still living in Germany, and he got me into gaming, and he's just always been into it. And here's the thing. The hard worker, like even before he got into the military, was working 2 different jobs, even, gotten successful enough to open his own garage and work on like people's like he was, from what I understood, because I was too young at the time, he was like the first and only person in all of Darlington that was working on Hondas, on a Honda motorcycles and stuff, when they came out. So, he just like your old man, that's where mine was too. But when things were getting a little bit too dicey, that's when he decided to go ahead and just, go into the military.
Yeah.
And that's, that gets pretty hard working as well, at least, especially for back then. And stuff like that, because that's while we're still in the Cold War era of things, and Reagan administration type stuff.
Yeah.
So so when it came to electronics and everything, now he was except for computers, unless he had to work with them at his job or something.
Yeah.
Then he was always at the pulse of the tech. I guess you say like the tech industry, because he was also like a real huge audiophile. Because you're looking at the guy who always had the stereo setup that was like always like 7 or 8 different components, and you're trying to figure out what each one of these components even does. Oh, yeah. And when he turned one on, he turned them all on, and they're all sitting there like flashing and blinking and everything. And you're like, I just want to play my disco duct tape.
That's all I want to do. Yes.
Where would I put the tape in?
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, dude, he had like 3. Eventually it became 2, but he had 3 reel-to-reels. If you ever seen anything like that,
I've seen those. Yeah.
I mean, it's like he had that, at least 4 different turntables, and oh god, I'm trying to remember what this other thing he had was, but he had like all these different amplifiers, and also like 2 different receivers. And it was actually through him that I understood the quality of Fisher, of like the Fisher brand compared to anything else.
Yeah.
So yeah, you can't even find Fisher no more. So I mean, he was always the tech guy. So when modern, I guess say like when the more newer consoles started coming along after the crash, he wasn't exactly interested to get back into gaming right then and there, because at this time the Atari has been like boxed up for like years.
Yeah.
And even when I had my Sega Master System, there wasn't anything that I had on it that actually grabbed him, because I didn't even get into any role-playing games until I got my Genesis. And the first role-playing game I got into from that was Shining Force, which was a tactical role playing game. And this guy is also a real big, chess head. He's really into chess. So he sees me playing it, and I can't remember what it was. I think I was going outside, and I was like, oh, well, I got another save spot. Pop, here, go, try it out.
Yeah.
And I think I was gone for maybe like 2 or 3 hours. I come back, he's still playing it. He gotten past where I was.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah. And so after that, he was like, "Oh, what other games are there?" And then he sees that there's a football game. I'm trying to remember what game it was out at the time. It wasn't Tecmo Bowl. Mike Ditka Power Football. That was his first football game, and he played that, and that was it, man. I mean, we was always jogging, joshing back and forth between who gets to play the Genesis, and here it is. It's my Genesis, so so eventually he bought his own, but later generations and stuff, he became the PlayStation guy of the house because that's where all the JRPGs started going,
right?
During the time, so we got him a PlayStation 1. Then after that, PlayStation 2, and that's it.
That's funny.
So
good stories. Good stories.
So if a PlayStation 5 winds up in this house, it'll be because he bought it.
Yeah. My son, he's 11 years old, so he's all about just wants to play and have fun, but he hasn't lived long enough to have those type of stories. It's like, yeah, my dad, he was 46 and he's still at it playing Xbox.
Well, I mean, back then it wasn't cool. Very few kids. It was okay to play games. They looked at you like someone's going to go play. Yeah. Go do something. So for adults to be into it, it would have been rare. Like Pac-Man was the only thing that you really hear, or Frogger maybe, or Donkey Kong. But like, as far as sitting around in front of the TV all day, like quote unquote gamers do, nah, you weren't gonna do that.
No.
Yeah.
So all right.
If you did use usually like quiet about it, except amongst a certain select few friends that probably shared the same passion as well.
Yeah, my in high school I had a buddy, and I always picked him up for school, and his dad was a big Pete. I never really met his dad, but when we were at his house, his dad had this little kind of like little nook closet. Didn't have a door, but it was just like this open space where he had his gaming PC, and he was a huge Star Trek guy. So he had like all these Star Trek models, but he had his gaming PC. I was like, hey, I said, whose stuff is that? I said, oh, don't touch that. That's my dad's stuff. He's into gaming and Star Trek. Just don't mess with it because he'll know what's been moved. I was like, oh, okay. Well, that's cool. I was like, I was still into video games back then. Not much as I am today, but still, I was like, oh, that's cool that your dad plays games. And then we'll kind of move on from there. But again, it's like I didn't have that in my life where my dad's like into games and stuff like that. But my son does. So it's gonna be funny to hear stories like, yeah, my dad at 55, he's still talking shit to people on Xbox. Yeah.
It's a different ball game now. Like now it's mainstream and not a problem.
Yeah, it's
like,
more,
it's
more accepted.
I don't know if you ever heard of it. Maybe you, Eli, because you're in Texas. But QuakeCon. Have you guys heard of QuakeCon?
Yes, sir.
Yep.
Okay. And if you don't know what it is, or anybody in the chatterbox, QuakeCon is the largest LAN party in, I think, North America. Right? It's by ID in Bethesda, and they rent out a big like open area at a hotel and just make a huge LAN. And you just go in there, bring your Xbox or bring your computer, and game pretty much for 24 hours, 4 days straight. You have in and out privileges. You can fall asleep at your desk or at your little place in your little area, or you just rent a room at the hotel and sleep there. But I started going there when I first moved here because I didn't have any friends when I moved here. so I try to find, it's like, hey, what's a good gaming event is what I was searching back in 2009, 2008, 2009, and I discovered QuakeCon, and and so I started going, and my wife, she just hates it. She's like, "Oh, where are you going this year? You're gonna spend your 4 days playing games at QuakeCon?" I was like, "Hell yeah! Aren't you a little old for that?" It's like, you have not seen the people are there. There's some older people there too playing. They're like, "Oh my god!" Like, you guys, that's all you guys do? It's like, no, we hang out, we tell stories, and stay at the hotel. And like, well, whatever. It doesn't.
Yeah, it's a rarity to come across many many women of color that
Mhm.
even bat an eye at gaming. So seeing like someone like Sarah Bond and stuff, who's like into it the way she is, and her whole family is into it, and that's her work. That's, I mean, dude, that's a rarity. That's a unicorn in the forest moment
Oh
right
yeah.
there.
It's free
yeah.
for them. You know,
It's like, and it's free.
yeah.
No, Eli, they have to pay for everything still at a discount.
No, they
God.
don't.
But
If they did, I would quit.
yeah.
But
So
yeah, so yes, it's a rarity, man, to see a lot of sisters even bat an eye at gaming. And if there's any females that are doing any gaming, they're either Asian, or they're either white.
yeah, it's true.
And it's very few Hispanic ones that I came across.
It is very true based on the events that I've gone here locally, like QuakeCon, where everybody's gathering together because everybody enjoys the common denominator, and that's gaming. That's whether it's video games, that's tabletop gaming, it's arcade, it's little handhelds. It doesn't matter. If it's gaming, it's gaming. Everybody's enjoying it. And just like you said, there you don't see too many, like black females or even Hispanic females at these events. You see a lot of white females, and a lot of Asian. And when I go there, you're right. That's all I see there. Is of course it's male dominant, but you have your collection of white female gamers, Asian female gamers, and then you're speckled of black female here and there, but not enough to say there's a lot. It's just it is strange that it's like that. And then I don't who knows what it is that they're not interested in. Maybe they're just not interested. Or it could be what everybody keeps saying. It's like, oh, they don't feel welcomed. I'm like, no, it's like, I've been to these events, they're welcomed.
It's probably upbringing and environment and stuff.
Yeah.
You get a lot of them where they have like a certain family dynamic that just doesn't give them that the type of room to be able to do that and have that luxury, because they may be in a position where they had to grow up fast, and here they are, like cooking and cleaning while the parents are working and stuff like that, and or they're around certain friends that that basically share that mentality, and just bleed it over to them that this is not cool, this is bad. It's more important to do this, work on your nails and your hair and your clothes.
Appearance,
and worry more about that. And here it is, you got a sister who's probably like, man, I'm bored, I done did my homework, I can only do but so much personal upkeep, and I really want something different to do. And but they just have that stigma where you can't do that. It's not cool.
It's not cool. It's not ladylike. Not ladylike. All right, so let's close it out with this one called Valkyrie Elysium. Elysium. Kind of looks like a hack and slash game to me, which I don't mind. I like those type of games. And it's coming. No, I don't think it's coming to Xbox. It's a PlayStation 4 and 5 only, from what I can tell so far.
Yeah, that's where it's really weird. All right, this is where it gets kind of weird right here, guys. All right, Now when they first was talking about this, when this game was shown, all right, it was listed. Believe it or not, it was listed as a timed exclusive. All right,
yeah.
And then all of a sudden, out of nowhere, all the media outlets and everything that was saying that pulled all that stuff down. So yeah, I don't know. I guess the thing is we'll have to see, but it would be interesting because a lot of a lot of the games from this franchise have always been synonymous with PlayStation.
Yeah.
So yeah, I mean, if it is, it is. I mean, if not, then I mean, cool.
Yeah. We can still get it, right, Eli, on our PlayStations? That's if we went into it.
Well, I mean, yeah, you'd be able to play it on your PC at least.
We can
'Cause
get it
because
on
is.
Xbox, but I'm just trying to look at it right now while you guys are talking to see if it's going. Because I know that what's his name, Destin, he put up a list of what's multiplayer and what's not.
Oh, did
But
he?
yeah, but I think that's one of the exclusive ones. But that's what I'm
Yeah,
saying. Like, if they think it's good enough, they're gonna buy it off of them and keep it off of Xbox
Yeah.
and Nintendo. Like some
Uh-oh.
of these, what's that?
Hold on. Here, this scene here. Is there going to be an outrage over this character? Watch. This one that's walking. What is she? Is she white?
She's racially ambiguous.
I can't tell, you know, but we'll see. Anyways, I just wanted to start shit.
Yeah, so it's saying that there is no information about it coming to Xbox.
Yep.
Like I said, if it's any kind of decent game, man, they're gonna pay to keep it off of Xbox. And what I don't understand is why Square falls for this. I mean, they get upfront money, but they're not gonna grow their games unless they go ahead and just sell to PlayStation. You know,
It's as I keep saying, it's the leadership. You still have old people in charge that they hail from the 80s and the 90s when Japan was king, and a lot of them also still feel heavily in debt. See, Square is very heavily indebted to Sony.
PlayStation, yeah.
Yeah, because of the disaster of Spirits Within, which pretty much almost tanked the company, and pretty much wound up having Sakaguchi being ousted from the company, were literally out of the Japanese gaming industry and stuff like that, because he publicly shouldered the burden of that movie flopping, and boy did it flop. And I remember reading in a few gaming articles and stuff like that movie alone almost bankrupted Square Enix, because they literally sunk almost everything they had into it, because matter of fact, I was stationed in Hawaii at the time, and I remember like going downtown in Honolulu, where supposedly one of the biggest buildings there was the building that had the computer farm that was used to run the CGI for that movie.
Oh wow.
Yeah, and so supposedly Sony is the one that stepped in to basically help them I guess like recuperate some like some of those losses. In other words, I guess they loaned them some money, and ever since then, I mean, they've been like joined at the hip.
Yeah.
So if they weren't best as buddies, with a common enemy, which was Nintendo, back then in the early 90s, they really became, like bosom buddies, ever since then. And so that's probably what's going on, is just that you got the old leadership that still feels indebted to, follow them into the pits of hell. But you got the younger leadership that is just chomping at the bit to take over, because they're like, man, this is killing us.
Yeah, this old way of thinking needs to go away. Yeah.
Because matter of fact, if you guys remember in the DMs, a lot of the stuff I shared, that's only a small few of them that I could get translator to work on. A lot of them, a lot of the Japanese gamers, they're all of the mindset where it's like, hey, why are we still keeping these games off of Xbox? Yeah. I got an Xbox now. I want to play this game. and like one of them, Xbox's dopeness brought up, like, if you can make it work on Windows, if it's coming on PC, why can't it come to Xbox? So if you got them asking the question, then I think that's one of the factors, you know, along with the fact of wanting to have more money because times is hard, that a lot of these developers are starting to kind of like ease off the pedal on that now, of keeping things locked away.
Yeah.
And I also think it's newer. I think it's newer leadership too, because matter of fact, Platinum Games. That real quick, yeah, that's another one. Like Platinum Games. Remember, unless it was like Western titles or something like that, like Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles or Transformers Devastation and Avatar, they kept a lot of their more Japanese centric stuff off of Xbox, and it was always either PlayStation or Nintendo. And it seems because the current leadership they had, which is this old CEO guy, I can't remember his name, he's stepping down, and Inaba, I think that's how you pronounce it, one of the ones that's, you know, trying to I guess pressure Phil into helping them, get back to doing Scalebound. That's the one who stepped into place. And now all of a sudden they're talking about being open to acquisition. Whereas, the CEO was like, no, we're not doing that. No, we're not putting that on Xbox. We're keeping it on PlayStation. So a lot of that is also with the Japanese people themselves over there, which is pretty much the bulk of their fan base and their customer base.
Mm-hmm.
But also the fact that the old leadership is finally dying off.
Yeah.
It ain't the 90s no more, man. Gotta let it go.
Gotta let that go, man. You gotta maximize your profits. That means more than just one console. Yeah. Well, that's all I had, guys. No more other state of play games. That was a lot longer than I thought they were going to be on mine.
It's because we kind of strayed off, but
yeah, we strayed off.
That's a good thing though. But
that's
see,
a good thing.
I think that it's about time you guys ask Uncle Phil to provide you guys with more of a roadmap like Sony does for us ponies over here.
Yeah.
It's about that time, man. I mean,
it's about that time because Sony knows exactly what they're doing, when they're going to release stuff, what they're developing.
I'm like this. There's no harm in that, but definitely nothing like that. Good Lord.
I mean, look, just because you don't have an appreciation for Japanese gaming, right? And the Japanese showcase, to some of us on the PlayStation side, it was the best state of play ever.
Best.
I don't know when I look at a lot of tweets and videos. I don't know if your fellow ponies share that sentiment.
They're not real fans then. They're not real fans.
Yeah, they're not real fans. Yeah.
They're still playing on the PS3. They need to catch up. Get with the times.
The frauds.
Yep. They just wish they had a PlayStation 5, but they can't. So
well, if you go to your local pawn shop, they probably have one there for you double the price.
That's too much work.
Yeah.
Yeah, COVID. We don't want to get out of the house. It's either and online, Best Buy, or whatever, or go wait in the queue on PlayStation.com, Sony.com, whatever it is.
The Sony Direct thing.
Yeah. I mean, because you don't want to get out there with these people, man, breathing the same air.
No, you don't. No, you can end up like me having COVID like that 1 week or 2 weeks.
Yeah, man. Shoot, I had it for 2 weeks. It was horrible.
Yeah, it was awful.
Yeah. I'm gonna be totally frank with you guys. If I had it, I probably didn't even know I did. Because
I didn't. Not that I say I didn't know, but I was the first one to get sick in my house, but I was still working. I was at my desk, I was still doing my thing. I was feeling like crap, still doing my thing, but I would go back to my bed after a while. I was like, I'm going to the guest room. I was trying to stay away from everybody. I would go to the guest room and just kind of lay there. And then my kids got sick, and then my wife got sick. And my wife, after me like being 5 days sick, my wife says, I'm going to get tested. And I said, okay. And she came back. She said she was positive. She said the kids were positive. I'm like, well, crap. It's like, all right, well, let me go get tested. And sure enough, it's like I was positive as well. Otherwise, I would have just do what I was always doing, just kind of fighting it off. And that's all I did. I mean, I couldn't do anything with it or go, getting any kind of medication. You just fight it off.
Yeah, there's nothing they can give you, because if that was the case, they would giving us the shot.
Yeah,
because the shot works so good.
Well, yeah. And I had the vaccination already. So who knows? Who knows how it would have been if I didn't have the vaccination? It would have been worse, or would I be here right now? I don't know, because I do have diabetes, so that would have just kind of made it worse.
Yeah.
So, who knows? Who knows?
Oh, man.
It's like a Tootsie Pop. The world may never know.
The world will never know because I'm here still.
Because Tech can't even have a Tootsie Pop.
No, I can't. No.
I'm messing with you, man, because I have so many friends and family that have diabetes and stuff, and we poke fun at each other.
Oh, no, my dad's family, like everybody has it, and that's why I got it. It's kind of, it's in the blood, it's in the genes.
Yeah.
But what I see different with my other family members, not that I'm a saint. I'll have my ice cream. I'll have my candy bar.
Hey,
but
you can't do that.
I can't do that. But I have my insulin, which I counter it with it. Right. Sometimes I do a great job with it. Sometimes I don't. But what I see with my other family is that they do nothing to counter it. They keep eating all the tortillas. They keep eating all the rice. They have all their Mexican candy, all they want, but they do nothing else to kind of counter what they're taking in. And they end up losing a foot, losing toes, or losing their life. Right. Not that I'm a saint, I could go the same path, but at least I'm on it. I take my medication and I got my insulin pump and making sure that it's doing what it's supposed to do. So that's another story.
Hey, but yeah. hey, on a lighter note though, are y'all do y'all have any interest in playing like Deathloop when it does hit Xbox?
Yeah.
It's coming day one to Game Pass. So yeah, I mean, how can you not, give it a shot?
Day one because it's in Game Pass.
Yeah, but just because it is Game Pass, I mean, I don't have time to play every game that hits Game Pass. No. I'll try to hit the ones that I know won't be there that long. Like
if it's anything like where you have to repeat your levels, like Hades or Dead Cell.
So yeah, it's a rogue. It's a rogue.
Yeah,
if it's like that,
similar.
Then I have no interest in it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Because I'm just noticing like a lot of the games, because they are kind of spaced out, we kind of forget what's coming to Xbox. Like there are so many games that were supposed to be out last year that still haven't hit this year. We're still waiting on Exomecha that they announced a while back. Scorn. Well, we know Scorn's coming later in the year, and it's looking like another backloaded year. So and that's what I'm saying. Like, so if you have games that come out at the end of the year and it's pretty stacked up, in those few months that they don't have a game, you should be catching up on those games.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't know. I like Dishonored, so I have Deathloop. I'm just wondering, if you guys had any interest in it.
No, if it's like what you guys say, then not for me.
It's not quite on the level of Hades or Returnal or anything like that, where you have to start over and it gets the replay value is more in doing something over again than actually having fun. Y'all playing Elden Ring, right?
I haven't.
You haven't? Yeah. I wasted my money. I'm dropping the hell out of that game.
It's not for you.
Well, the only reason I didn't get it is because I already know how it is with me and Souls games. Me and Souls games are like oil and water. Now, if it's something like Ninja Gaiden, oh, dude, I'm on top of that. Yeah. But because for some odd reason, that type of difficulty, even though it still pisses me off, making me want to throw my controller, which I never done. I never could understand people getting that mad. But it's just that always worked for me. That always jived for me. But when I first tried playing Dark Souls, what was it? Dark Souls 2 on the 360. it's like, man, it's like, dude, I'm not having fun. And it's not a thing of like, it's because you're getting frustrated to it. It's like, no, it's just I'm really not enjoying it.
Yeah.
Because the to me, it's like the movement felt equivalent to like I want to say, like, if you ever played like a third person PlayStation 2 game, first generation third person PlayStation 2 game, yeah, that's how the movement felt. It just felt very tankish, very clunky.
Yeah.
And I just, and after playing, like more fluid type games, like Gears and all this stuff like that, it's like, man, it's like, dude, how are people finding this enjoyable? And I'd sunk at least about a good, maybe like a good weekend into it, and I just couldn't do it no more. I wound up, taking it back.
Yeah, I mean, if I get it ever, it'll probably be like way later down the line when it's like $20.
That's the best move, man. Because like a lot of these people
not
just ride
because
a
of
wave,
the
bro.
not because of the stories I'm hearing, just like yours or anybody else's. Only because there's so many other things I still haven't played yet.
That's the same thing. It's like you can dump those to go get punished on a video game.
Like I just picked up Far Cry 6. It was on sale.
Just got that?
I just got it. Right. And I just got Chernobylite also. So
is it still $20?
I got Far Cry for 20 and Chernobylite for 20 from GameFly.
Oh, okay. Yeah, because Chernobylite is another one. Like if you play like stock or Metro games, Chernobylite will be up that alley. I've been meaning to get it, but I'm tired of buying games that I know I don't have time for at that moment. But they have them on sale, and it's like, man, it's a good deal.
Yeah. And so like other ones that I have on my like wish list that I haven't bought yet is Chorus, Diablo 2 Resurrection, Dying Light 2, Fatal Frame, Grime, In Sound Mind, Song of Horror, Martha is Dead, and Elden Ring. I mean, that's a lot I haven't bought yet. And then we got Tunic coming out next week. Tina Wonderland, Stalker 2 coming out later this year, if it ever comes out, because of the whole war thing.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, they're still claiming in end of December.
Yeah.
Well, they said that they halted development until victory in the Ukraine. So that means that they aren't even working on it.
So now they gave a due date or a release date for Gotham Knights. You got Starfield coming out. I mean, I got tons. It's like Elden Ring. It's like, I'll just wait.
And then don't forget, there's the new little bustlings coming around where I remember there's been rumors buzzing around about like Forza Motorsport is supposed to hit this year, which to me it's like, and then we're starting to see these headliners popping up talking about like, get ready, they're going to start talking about it. And I'm looking at the calendar and I'm like, we're rolling into spring now. If you're going to say something, you better say something now.
Yeah. And then,
especially if you're talking some mess about trying to drop this year, you better start talking, because you should have been talking since last year.
Yeah. So, yeah, I mean, Elden Ring will be at the very bottom of the list of all my backlog and my wish list. It's just
unfortunately, I hate to sound the way I hate how it may come across, but it's not on my list at all.
Yeah. Nah.
I will watch your videos. I will let y'all enjoy.
Yeah. So, all right. Well, we're almost at the 2-hour mark. Let's end it. We did a lot of good talk. I appreciate you guys coming on a Saturday afternoon, which I never do, but I had the house to myself. There's no kids. There's no wife to yell at me or anything like that. So
why not?
I had to take advantage of it,
Yeah, enjoy it while you can.
Yep, right. Well, good show, fellas, man. Have fun.
Good times. Good times.
Good times.
Good times.
Good times.
Damn.
Chatterbox, thank you for coming out and chatting with us. And
yes, sir. Shout out to the chat.
And if you haven't yet, smash that like button.
Smash that like button.
Like, comment, share, subscribe.
What's up, guys?
It helps with the algorithm.
Yeah, I really appreciate it. It really does help the channel out, and helps with the algorithm, so other people can be recommended of my channel. The typical
The
stuff.
Tech. I'm gonna be honest with you, Tech. As deuced up as YouTube is right now, does it really even help?
Honestly, I'll tell you. I'll tell you on my own experience.
No.
For not well here, when I first started pumping out more live stuff and more videos that I like I usually do, it was helping out a lot. It was helping a lot, and my subscriber count just went through the roof. Right at this all of last year and now this year, it's plateaued big time. A lot of my views have gone down. A lot of my subscriptions have gone down, and I don't know if something that YouTube is doing in the background, but I saw a huge change last year. That everything kind of just plateaued for me. You know, where before 2021, I mean, my trajectory was just going straight up. 45-degree angle. So I would say at some point, yeah, I guess it does help when people hit the like button, and hopefully it helps with the algorithm. But I mean, who knows if it really does?
All right.
YouTube
Okay,
can
just
answer
thought
that
I'd
for
ask.
you. Yep.
Yes, sir.
Yeah,
All
sure.
right, fellas.
All right, guys.
All right.
Have a great Saturday. Everybody in the chatterbox. Bye bye. Smitty, thank you for hanging out with us. We'll see you guys next time.